Hey, guys, come see me do live stand-up comedy. Denver, where are you? Thursday, May 9th, Friday, May 10th, Saturday, May 11th. I'm at Comedy Works in Denver. San Francisco, love Cobb's Comedy Club. I'm going to be at Cobb's Comedy Club in San Francisco May 16th, May 17th, May 18th, May 19th. Come on, San Fran. Show me some love. Make reservations. That way I know you're coming. Every Tuesday at the Hollywood Improv as well. Your mom always spoiled you. Now it's time to spoil mom with berries and flowers. You can spoil her twice. This is a one-day only offer. Send mom a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and on the very next day, have freshly dipped strawberries delivered from Sherry's Berries for only $39.99. She gets the flowers. She thinks she's done. No, you're not done. Berries. Boom! I get you berries, too. Berries dipped in white milk, dark chocolatey goodness, topped with chocolate chips, decorative swizzle, or nuts. Flowers are beautiful and classic. You just need my code MOHR, M-O-H-R, when you order. Here's the only way to get this amazing Mother's Day deal. Visit berries.com, B-E-R-R-I-E-S, berries.com. Click on the microphone in the top right corner and type in M-O-H-R. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone and type in MOHR. This offer is good for today only. Order now.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game change.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Justin Willman.
What's up, Jay Mohr?
In the house. Fake Mustache Studios mobile as we're waiting to get online. It's very high-tech here, as you can tell. We have 16 people trying to figure out the Wi-Fi service. At what age do you decide, I want to do magic and get paid lots of money and go on television doing magic? Who did you see that made you say, I want to do that?
I remember pretty vividly when I was like 5, I saw David Copperfield at the Fox Theater in St. Louis. And Harry Blackstone Jr. Remember Harry Blackstone?
Yes.
He had a very deep, elegant voice. But he used to do like a trick where he'd get all the kids in the audience on stage to put their hands on a little bird cage and then it would disappear. And I remember thinking like that I want to do that.
Were you one of those kids?
I was one of those kids. And I was a prick kid. I would like loop my finger inside the bars of the cage trying to figure out a way to make it not work, and it always worked.
So the bird cage disappeared?
Disappeared.
Did he put there was always there's always a blanket put over it in a trick.
This was blanketless.
So a blanketless birdcage, which is illegal in like 4 states.
It is.
And how does it go away in front of your? Were you allowed?
Well,
to
later
look?
I learned how it worked, and
but you can't tell us.
You just don't want to know. You'd lose respect for me, and then you lose respect for Harry Blackstone Jr. for having such a cheap method.
One of my favorite sayings ever. It's in the book. David Mamet wrote an acting book called True and False, and one of the quotes is, I don't know who said it, but a magician is an actor impersonating a magician.
Yes. Robert Houdin said, a magician is an actor playing the role of a magician.
Or is that, Houdin?
Yeah, Houdin. Old school.
Justin Frostberg getting a mention on More Stories.
Oh, wow.
He walks in with the cold beverages. What's up? Angie, would you like a bevy?
Thanks, man.
Let's get this out of the way. If you guys want to buy anything that Justin Willman has to offer, just incredible. Go to jmohr.com, click the Amazon banner, and buy things. I can't get online here, and I don't want to waste your time, so you just take my word for it. It's a good place to get savings. You can buy things. Go to jmohr.com. If you have an Amazon bookmark on your toolbar, just remove that and replace it with jmohr.com, and also you can get the More Stories app. Look at that, 2 commercials. Bang.
Bang.
Right there. When you type in Just Incredible,
a
pro wrestler comes up who doesn't look like you at all.
Not at all, I know.
He's almost like a quarter black, enormous, giant man.
Is he? I've never
You're like
Googled
a regular-sized, handsome,
I'm a
regular-sized
man. Black man.
Have you ever met that pro wrestler?
I've never met that man.
Who was your favorite pro wrestler?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Snap into his seatbelt!
Exactly.
The Macho Man died in a car accident.
It's kind of sad.
Was Lady Elizabeth next to him when he died?
Lady Elizabeth?
The lovely Miss Elizabeth?
Oh, was she?
And I'm asking you.
I don't know. That makes it even
your favorite.
I know. That was like, after age 14, I stopped keeping up with it.
Oh, really?
And I don't even go by Just Incredible anymore, but it's like Google. With Google, I can't escape it.
I know. It's just handy when you're looking a dude up.
Yeah.
But when you type in Justin, Timberlake's the first Justin.
Yeah.
And then
Bieber's not the first one?
Oh, yeah. Bieber's first, then Timberlake. You're way down.
I'm way down.
But if you type in Jay, in all fairness, I'm way down as well.
Well, one day, it's our goal to work our way up the Google chain.
I want to leapfrog the pro wrestler.
He still beats me, huh? This pro wrestler guy?
Yeah, well, I just typed in Just Incredible.
Yeah.
And
I used to spell with a K.
Yeah, his was with a C.
Yeah, with a C.
So I was actually my error.
It's okay. Common mistake.
You have a very good YouTube channel on the Nerdist Network, and I enjoyed watching it. I watched you do magic at a dominatrix, and it turned out she just wound up stepping on your nuts a lot.
I know.
Literally.
So,
high heels.
literally. She killed a rabbit, and I was hiding in my pants that
Is
day.
there pleasure in the pain when you're at a dominatrix? When she's spanking your balls with a wand, is there a part of it where you're like, this is enjoyable?
I don't get it. I didn't get it.
I don't either.
I didn't like it. It was very uncomfortable. And I didn't know she was going to go like full on. Like I thought she was just going to kind of play along, watch some tricks. Thought it'd be funny doing a trick, for the tricks. But no, she was.
She slapped you in the face like how you would slap somebody in a bar fight.
Yeah.
Like 16 times. And you were like, hey, how about you let me do a trick? And
how about
she's
you
like,
pick a card?
I asked the questions, you little troll, whatever she called you, worm or something.
Little bitch troll. Worm.
Did you have a safe word? Nerdist.
Nerdist, yeah. It didn't work out.
But did you talk with her beforehand about having a safe word?
No. That's probably a good ground rule to lay out when you.
Because I look at it, I'm like, I would have a panic attack, and I would wind up like kicking this lady in the throat, like freaking out. But you were actually hogtied. What is the YouTube address for this?
This is, you just go to magicmeltdown.com, and it's got the whole playlist. So this episode was called the Lust episode.
I like how there's one of you with a dominatrix standing on your balls, and right under it, school children.
It's the kids episode.
Side by side, you have high heels on your ball bag, and then there's a little kid going like, oh my what a neat trick, right underneath it.
It's all about having a broad demographic.
But you actually got out. You were hogtied, like home invasion style, hogtied.
Yeah. It was not a flattering position. It was so demeaning and horrible. I can't believe people pay money for that. We had to pay her.
You're also an escape.
I did escape. I did escape from that.
Like
and she was impressed.
Really?
Yeah, she like really looped the rope around every single finger and then around the wrist. It was some serious stuff.
And why do you go with the flow on that? You obviously don't have like anxiety issues. Justin, leave the door open then. Justin Frostberg, associate producer of Jay Mohr Sports. Good kid.
Not credible.
Just incredible.
Just incredible out the door.
Don't you freak out when somebody?
I was kind of that was freaking out. That was like kind of claustrophobic. I guess if that's the right word.
Yeah, that's the right word.
It was horrible. It was horrible. And I'm just trying to keep a happy face because I'm like I don't know where this segment's going. I don't want to like legit crack. If maybe that she was pushing me to cracking. But
this is going to sound like a joke question, but it's not. When you're in a dominatrix and you didn't sign up to be dominated. You were going to do tricks. Maybe a little light paddling for shits and
the
giggles.
trick was, so I've got this trick where someone picks a card and they get the card, I get the trick wrong and they punch me or get to spank me and then the bruise that's left from that punch is in the shape of their card. So I was like, what better way to do this trick than for a dominatrix because that's her job is to kick the shit out of you. So I went in there to have her pick a card and then it went south.
It was the Queen of
But
Hearts.
finally, at the very end, I pulled down my pants, and on my ass cheek was the Queen of Hearts bruised. But by that point,
was she impressed by then?
No, she didn't care at all. She didn't care.
It is a weird, like, guys pay. Justin Willman joining us. You can catch him on, what's the name of the YouTube channel?
YouTube channel is magicmeltdown.com.
Magic Meltdown.
And I have other fun things I can throw at you to plug organically as we proceed.
Magicmeltdown.com. I was very impressed. I've seen you on the Rachel Ray show. Everything's orange in that studio. Have you ever noticed?
Everything's orange.
It's the most orange place in the world. Unless you're jaundiced in a neonatal intensive care unit. Like fucking carrots are jealous.
That's her color, man. Gives her a glow.
All right, so go to magicmeltdown.com. We got that out of the way, but it's worth it. It's fun, and I enjoyed it. But let me ask you this, because you talked about the dominatrix. You didn't sign up for it. Guys do sign up for it because that's their kink. That's their fetish. And you said it wasn't fun, and I watched her like with a whip or like a cane or whatever actually like tag you in the nuts like a dozen times. Safe to
for
say,
real,
right?
too, by the way.
Is there any moment of that, looking back, that you think, in this span I probably could have came?
Dude, couldn't have been farther from coming.
But guys
I was far from it.
That's what I don't
For
understand.
weeks.
Like, I don't know why it's a sexual thing for guys, and it's like a big release. Like Fortune 500 CEO guys want to go and get dominated, but there's no,
I
you
could
don't
see
ejaculate.
maybe guys like that whose lives are in positions of power, need a release where they can be submissive. Maybe that's the
Go to
thing.
open mic night, do some stand-up comedy, and people will tell you suck to your face. But I don't. It's a lot. Like the way she tied you. Like you said,
Did you get close to coming watching what she does for a living?
Your sweet face is all I needed.
Well,
to
thank you. See?
No, I don't get it at all. I don't understand. I'm very goal-oriented. My wife is very goal-oriented. We are like two jigsaw puzzles that fit perfectly together. So I don't understand anybody whose kink doesn't involve a map of Hawaii being left someplace. How do you say it, honey? I'm trying to speak nicely because we're in the corporate offices of Fox Sports Radio.
Do we have
right
to
now.
keep it more PC?
Let me close the door and I can say
okay.
jizz all over somebody's private parts.
I like it,
The whole point is to put a load on the pink parts, and that doesn't happen in the dominatrix.
No.
I think, in fact...
Everything's
watch your head
latex
bud.
in there, yeah.
I think, in fact, you would get in trouble if you ejaculated at a dominatrix. Is that the energy you got?
I think that is not allowed. I think you're right.
So then why
You have to
is it-
pay much extra for that. You have to ask permission before.
Then why do we all think it's a sexual thing?
I don't know. We should get like a Dr.
It's really
Ruth
the
in here or
only
something.
niche for porn where you don't ejaculate, and they put clothespins on your balls.
Yeah.
I don't get it. What's the most painful thing that she did to you?
The most painful thing. Well, she had a variety of paddles and leather devices that she did the ball whipping with, and that was probably the worst.
I would think
When you're
ball whip,
unprepared
you would just
for
go, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
now
you
stop.
bend over. Yeah, I was.
So
ready
why
to-
did you keep going with it?
Because I got to get that. The show must go on, so I had to get the payoff. I got to
YouTube
show the
channel.
ass. I got to.
It's not like you're under contract, with, or maybe you are. I don't know.
No, but it
Sounds like
came.
shit.
I was like, you know what? I came for this purpose. I'm going to make it work. So it worked.
They must have laughed so hard watching the raw footage
My
of you
guys
getting
loved-
your
yeah.
balls stepped on.
I think the episode was probably 12 minutes to begin with. We got it down to 4.
You do a lot of up close sleight of hand.
I do. So for the web series, it was a chance to kind of put out at least a body of work of magic. So of original stuff, like taking classics of magic and putting original twist on it. So, and a lot of that is close up because we really wanted it to be, obviously when you're watching magic and you're not live, you have to have the people who are there kind of add the credibility to it, the innocent bystanders. So the close up stuff was nice for that.
I saw you doing close up stuff in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
You were surrounded by transvestites outside of a gay bar, swallowing what
Swallowing
looked like
a balloon.
6-foot balloon.
Yeah.
And what I was thinking,
I like that this was the first episode you watched. You saw the library of them. You're like,
that's top of the heap.
dominatrixes and transvestites.
It's like betting
Let's
on
do
a
it.
horse. I don't go with the favorite, and I
Yeah.
don't go to the long shot. I pick the one with the middle amount
I
of
know.
views, and I hit it.
There it was.
But what's weird is you were very funny in your summation of the episode was exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, this guy's doing an incredible trick, and everyone's just impressed that he's deep-throating something.
Yeah, they didn't think it was a trick.
They're
because
like,
I guess
he's good.
I guess you could really swallow a 6-foot balloon. And
It looks like you're swallowing a balloon, and I'm
Yeah.
like, is he folding it up inside his mouth? Where does it go?
It goes in. It goes in.
You have a secret pouch.
It goes to
like
the same place that
squirrel?
it goes with Blackstone's birdcage, somewhere in there.
Now, I don't understand. Like, now magic, I like the sleight of hand, the stuff that you do. That's the kind of magic I like, and there's very few guys that do it. And I'm not going to say their names because I want this just to be about Justin Willman. But it also seems like nowadays, magic, Las Vegas big magic acts, you really are just standing next to the magic. You put on a sequin outfit and go, yeah, and wave
Yeah.
your arm, and then the fucking tiger floats 8 feet off. Like, you didn't do any magic. It's just a tiger floating.
And the audience kind of knows that. I think that obviously the people are hip enough these days to know that with those big box tricks, that the magician is the one doing the least amount of work. I mean, the person, there's stuff going on behind the scenes. The magic just happens. The magician's kind of gesturing at it.
The magician is Vanna White.
Exactly.
He's literally just turning panels on a giant box, and then there's some chick inside, huddled up inside. How do you feel about when they have these shows of, like, secrets of magic revealed, and they got to put that guy in a mask because all magicians from the Magic Castle want to, like, put a death threat out on that guy?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of, obviously I'm not crazy about it because it kind of cheapens magic to it, the whole point of an entire art form being just about the how do they do it, Yeah. And I think magicians, we work really hard to add meaning to the magic, so it's not just about how it works. But yeah, ironically, a lot of young magicians these days became inspired to do magic by watching those shows. So it's kind of odd that, what we thought was destructing the art actually inspired a lot of people to
Penn and Teller were the only guys I ever saw that show you exactly how they do the trick. Like they'll do it with a clear box or their clear cups when they do the balls.
Mm-hmm.
And you're more confused when they show you how they do it.
Yeah. Well, those are examples where like the how it works is sometimes even more impressive than the trick because you realize that how much all the cleverness going on behind the scenes and how it's still hard to follow. They're the best.
You went to Emerson College. It seems like everybody comes out of Emerson College.
Good
We were
Emerson.
talking in the hallway about this before. It seems to me, and now I don't want to do like lowest common denominator stuff, but it does really seem like magician, more than musician, is the absolute greatest icebreaker talking to women in the world. Like you can go up to any supermodel and make her fucking, eye teeth disappear. She's going to follow you around the rest of the party.
Yeah.
The rest of the party. What
She
did he
wants
do
her-
to my teeth?
She wants her teeth back.
Heidi Klum's like, I give Vito's saying, what are my teeth? Suck
She's
it.
got a list for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why a lot of magicians become magicians is because we're kind of
Pussy.
awkward. Well, pussy, but also it kind of goes deeper. It just goes to like social skills. I'm speaking for myself, but like I really didn't know how to like strike up a conversation with girls or just people in general. So magic kind of gives you a context, something almost a crutch, a social crutch to hide behind because you can learn this trick in a book and then you can do the trick and you don't have to think of what you're going to say. And it kind of impresses people, obviously, and it's a natural icebreaker. But for me, it became then a context to like be funny and a context to find my own personality. So it's kind of like it's one of those social crutches
How do you
that
get
people
hooked up
love.
with the Food Network? It seems incongruous that like a young, handsome magician, like almost like rock and roll, like you're kind of like in a band. To me, you look like you could be in like Travis or like Mumford and Son. Well, you don't look mangy.
I've got vests.
You look cool.
Yeah.
You're not like an old magician guy. You look cool, but like, how do you wind up on like Cupcake Wars?
Yeah,
That's how
like
do you
the
go?
antithesis of cool.
No, I'm a huge Food Network person. In fact, I'm not sure how you got there before me. I've always wanted to be
You wanna
on
get on?
Ina. I
You
want
should
to be
be
on the Barefoot Contessa.
Oh, she's the best.
And just beat Jeffrey home and eat all that chicken.
Yeah.
Don't tell Jeffrey. How do you wind up on Cupcake Wars? What's the connection?
There's no so it's kind of odd. Like I had this magic. That's my passion. That's my career. So I would do the college circuit and tour around. But then at the simultaneously, I'm living in LA, and being a magician is kind of a lateral move to hosting. It's kind of like the same shtick.
Same skill set.
I kind of always think of it as the same skill set. You got to get from point A to point B. You got to have the gift for gab, and so hosting just kind of became a thing. It was like doing a gig but not having to do any tricks is a hosting gig. So I would just kind of audition, and I was on the Rachel Ray show for a little while as her correspondent buddy, occasionally doing magic. And then Cupcake Wars came along, and it was just an audition, so the right place at the right time, and it became a thing.
Does she produce Cupcake Wars?
She had nothing to do with Cupcake Wars, but it was she was the food tie-in kind of gave me some sort of food credibility.
My wife and I were on Rachel Ray, and you have this idea of like what a maniac somebody must be, and then you meet Rachel Ray, and you're like, I would hang out with you every day. Like you're that cool.
She's super fun, right?
Yeah, she's totally cool and real and normal.
Just hang out off set?
No, we just split. I don't hang out ever. Like it's a miracle I'm here right now because I'm done with the radio show.
Right.
But anybody that has ever worked with me could probably attest to the fact, like when that fucking horn goes off, I'm out of there.
You're done.
I leave, but I give you everything I got.
Right.
I haven't half-assed a minute of work in my life. And that's stand-up too. Every Tuesdays, I do stand-up at the Melrose Improv, and I literally walk off stage, and as soon as
Straight to the car.
When I clear the bar, I run to my car.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. Like I have to.
So none of that hanging after.
For what? Just for people to tell you how great you are. It's like it's stupid.
You don't need that.
That's what Twitter's for. People tell you. I've blocked. How many people have you blocked on Twitter?
I haven't had to block anybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I look forward to achieving the moment where I get some trolls.
All right.
All right. So I need
Let's
some trolls,
send Justin
Jay.
dick pictures.
I've never gotten a dick pic.
What's the world coming to?
Can you believe this? And I host Cupcake Wars. You'd think I would get lots of dick pics.
I want someone send Justin a picture of your dick in a cupcake.
All right.
What's your Twitter handle?
Justin_Willman. WILLMAN.
All right. Justin_Willman. That underscore really made a big comeback. The underscore should send Twitter a fruit basket.
And the ampersand.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that the at? No, the ampersand.
No, I always thought it was an ampersand too.
What is the at thing?
It's at.
Oh, it's just the at.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like when people give out their Twitter address. They still have to go, I'm at
At.
Like, yeah, I kind of figured that part out. Like, it's just this month I figured out you don't have to type www.
You can just type the thing.
You type jetsinsider.com and just get up and running.
Yeah.
All right, so Cupcake Wars, do they battle? Does cupcakes get injured? Do they die? Have you ever seen...
Sadly, I wish it was as literal as it sounded. You know, like just hot chick bakers throwing cupcakes at each other.
But they literally just cook and
They really bake. I'm kind of the traffic cop, color commentary guy. 4 bakers, and then there's 3 rounds, and they have to make them taste good in round 1. They have to make them look good in round 2, and then round 3 they have to make 1,000.
Whoa,
and a display.
Say that again.
So let's say
Don't rush through that part.
Okay, so let's say there's an event. Let's say the event is Jay Mohr's birthday party, okay, and you're the guest judge. So round 1, they have to maybe make a cupcake using your favorite flavors, whatever they may be, as weird as they may be. So they might be what?
Milk and cookies, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And then you pick the one that tastes, the best tasting ones, and then one person who's the least tasting best one gets to go home. So then we narrow it down. And then around 2, they have to make 3 cupcakes that maybe have to look in theme with, you know, your favorite sports teams or whatever.
Right.
Like, and then the weakest link goes home. And then around 3, they have to make 1,000 of those cupcakes.
But now there's only one person left.
There's 2 people left now.
Oh,
so we start with 4,
okay,
3,
gotcha.
and then down to 2.
So then 2 have to make 1,000 each.
1,000 each
For my 1,000
in 2 hours
birthday party.
Yeah, you have a lot of friends coming to this party.
Yeah.
This is a big event, and they have to make a display that looks awesome, probably with like a gigantic Jay Mohr face with cupcakes lining the beard. I don't know. I'm just pitching here.
Well, I don't know why this isn't I'm playing the Borgata in Atlantic City in June. Why don't we do a Cupcake Wars?
We should
where
totally
every
make this
member,
happen.
That's a 999 seat theater. That's 1,000. One left over for
One
me,
for you.
Yeah. There's
Perfect.
Cupcake Wars in Atlantic City. Me at the Borgata. We got to make this happen.
When is the Borgata happening?
I don't know. Fucking June.
It's perfect.
That's as far as I thought.
We'll make it happen.
I could look on my phone, but I don't want to take attention away from you.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
I'll tell you this. We'll
Thank
be
you for
back
that.
in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
You're very busy. You got to go to the post office. Don't do it. Stop wasting your time like that when you can use Stamps.com to get postage right from your desk. Stamps.com, buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or pack. Don't fast forward over this. I'm telling you something. It's going to be over in 60 seconds. You can't have 60 seconds? You can't wait? Please. I do a lot of favors for you, don't I? Buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package using your own computer and printer. Get everything from stamps to shipping labels the instant you need it 24/7. Then just hand your mail to your letter carrier. You will never have to go to the post office again. I use Stamps.com. I am telling you guys, you should use Stamps.com. It's awesome. Right now, special offer when you use my last name, Mohr, M-O-H-R, no risk trial, $110 bonus offer that includes a digital scale and up to $55 free postage. Don't wait, you guys. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Mohr, M-O-H-R. That's Stamps.com, Mohr. See? Wasn't that nice? All right, we're back. Justin Willman, at Justin_Willman. Yeah, the underscore was completely gone.
And now it's so back.
And
it's
a hot it
property.
really, as Barry Katz would say, it should send Twitter a fruit basket.
I love Barry. Barry loves magic.
I tell you, man, Barry's uncle is the curator of the Harry Houdini estate, I
Yes,
think.
Sid Radner.
Isn't that weird? Fucking
Yeah.
Barry Katz knows every Harry Houdini trick.
He's
I
got Houdini
can't tell
posters
you,
up, right?
man. I can't tell you how he does it. I just know there's no biting.
Biting?
Well, yeah. When did you learn to escape from stuff? When did magic start to trade paint with escape art?
Oh, man. Well, I've never
seems
gotten
most
into
guys do
escape.
that.
I own a straitjacket. I don't know why. I always thought magicians kind of do a straitjacket. So I have one in my garage that I've moved with for the past 12 years.
You have what?
A straitjacket.
You have a...
Like a jacket for the criminally insane.
But what do you move with?
Well, like every time I move, like when you change apartments, I always keep bringing the straitjacket. I was like, why do I still have this thing? Yeah.
But don't you escaped from all that?
Yeah, that was
I'm going to move away from the
improvised.
dominatrix thing. But you escaped from. You were completely tied up. Like, it was astounding.
Yeah,
So
I don't know how I did it. I just
You
did
really
it.
don't?
I really just did it.
Oh, I just assumed you were like Blaine,
trick.
like escaping from stuff.
Yeah, no trick involved.
And do you know how to escape from a straitjacket?
I do. I actually have a newspaper article from the early 1900s in my bathroom that's like Houdini explaining how he escapes from a straitjacket.
And
He would give away a lot of his secrets.
How was it?
He would
How did
dislocate
do
his
it?
right shoulder. He would get
That's
strapped
it?
in and then dislocate it to create slack and then loop it around, and then be able to work his way out.
I didn't know
you have to
that
be committed. That takes
painful. I thought you make yourself as huge as possible when they put it on you.
There's other techniques, but the dislocation sounds pretty badass. So I like to think about that.
Do you have any dislocated shoulders?
I have none. I'm kind of I'm not really that put my body at risk kind of guy.
No?
No.
So, do you work at the Magic Castle?
Yeah, I was actually there last week. I do like 2 weeks a year. So I was there all last week in the big room. It's awesome.
Yeah.
People don't realize, obviously, the Magic Castle, it's a private LA club, and you have to be a member or a guest of a member to get in. And you have to wear the strict dress code, so everyone gets all dressed up. But what they don't realize ahead of time is there's 7 bars in this place. So people get wasted.
Spooky phone booths and chairs that go up and
yeah,
down.
it's like the best.
It really is. You become a child.
Yeah.
When you go in there. Like, if magic's not your thing, even if you go to the Magic Castle, a part of you just goes back to, like, being amazed. There's an innocence that it puts in you because everything is a little off kilter. Everything's neat and weird, and people are walking around doing magic right at your table in front of your face. Then in the main room, you got that big show.
Yep.
And then, like you said, everybody goes back to the bar and gets pie-eyed. And then they have their valet cars and they drive home drunk.
Yeah.
Which is the best trick of all, is making it back into your own driveway.
But entertaining drunk people is kind of tough because they don't really wrap their heads around the premise a lot of times.
Are they the worst audience?
Yeah, drunks are probably the worst audience.
Best audience, blacks. I'm not even making
black
a
people
joke.
love magic.
They go bananas.
Love magic.
When Blaine and when he was, you put in David Blaine's name in the transvestite's phone because she watched you swallow a 6-foot balloon.
Yes, that's true.
When that guy brought street magic into the hood,
yeah,
I think every magician in the world went, "Oh my God, I'm on the next bus to Compton."
I love David. I mean, yeah, it's I don't know what it is about that black people just love magic. Or they have such visceral reactions to it. It's a beautiful thing. And then there's other people who just kind of are ambivalent to it. And I'd much rather have people who actually kind of suspend their disbelief and react.
My favorite, I like sleight of hand stuff up close, and like that guy that used to go on Johnny Carson, and he had like 3 different sized balls, and one of them was like the size of a grapefruit, and somehow he would turn up a shot glass, and that thing would be under it. Card tricks to me, I know there's once you learn 2 card tricks, it seems like card tricks should kind of go out of your wheelhouse as far as what interests you, because I know that no matter what card trick you show me, I know there's a way that you learn to do it because I learned 2 cards. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Do you have one that I will change my mind about it?
Well, there are, I
mean, if it turns up on a bruise on your ass, maybe that's the one.
Maybe that's the one. Like,
but I don't want to hit you.
You don't want to hit me.
I'll let Angie hit you.
You want to hit me? But yeah, card tricks. Like I learned. That's how I first got started. Like I broke both of my arms when I was 12, riding my bike with rollerblades on, trying to impress some girls. Rollerblading biking. It's like I had built-in training wheels on a bus.
I was on the back of a trailer being towed. I
didn't make it to the bus.
19 ways of transportation just combined. You were on rollerblades on a bike on the bus, and the bus was being towed, and that was on top of a flatbed truck.
Yeah, and it didn't go well.
No.
So my doctor recommended learning card tricks just randomly, just off the cuff. When I was in cast for a while, so when I got my cast off, I started learning magic card tricks first because I kind of would get my dexterity back. It was like a pseudo-physical therapy thing. So that's how I became a magician. So it was the card tricks at the beginning.
So if you weren't chasing chicks with rollerblades on a bike, what would you?
I don't know what I'd be doing.
You'd probably be an actor.
Probably an actor, I guess.
After this, we're going to go to our YouTube channel, which has about 50,000 less subscriptions than yours. We did a social experiment. Well, how many people will go from the podcast to the YouTube channel? So far, 1%.
1%.
1% of you have actually gone to youtube.com/morestoriesballs. Look, I get choked out by Forrest Griffin. He gives me a good liver shot. David Lee Roth, me and Kirk Fox doing jokes holding puppies. Barry Katz with wisdom. Me and John DiMaggio animated. 2 black guys, old black guys talking about hockey. But for some reason, you guys don't care. You know what? If you're not going to stick around to watch Justin Willman do up-close magic on the YouTube channel, there's really no reason for me to keep a YouTube channel up. I'll just keep it up for my friends and family. That sounded like a veiled threat.
Keep it up.
Keep it up?
Keep it up.
Why?
Well, here probably the small percentage is because people are listening to this while driving, right? A lot of times people are driving, kind of doing things, multitasking, so they kind of It's hard for them to then.
Well, then why? What people listen to Nerdist not driving, and they go to your YouTube channel 40,000 per thing.
It's a growing. It'll grow. The subscribership will grow.
What trick will you do after this on the?
I'll bust out too. I'll do a cool trick with a dollar bill, and then I'll try to read your mind, and I'm just kind of like. From magic crossing over into the world of mentalism is kind of a new thing I'm trying to mess with. I kind of like the tricks, like sleight of thoughts. So I'll try to.
I like
bust
that a
into your
lot, and
brain.
we'll do that on the YouTube channel. More Stories Balls. So Cupcake Wars, you're embedded in the Food Network. Last Cake Standing. I created Last Comic Standing. Do I have money coming my way?
You might. We totally ripped you
I
off.
think you guys ripped me off.
But we all ripped off the Last Man Standing, right?
That's one way to spin it. Sure.
Okay, I'm spinning it that
Hard
way just
K
to
sound,
protect
cake,
my corporate bosses.
Cake Comic.
It's the yeah.
Scrabble Showdown. That's where it drops off, really, for me, Justin. Cupcakes, Cakes, Scrabble Showdown.
Yeah, and I'm the new host of Win, Lose, or Draw.
I like Win, Lose, or Draw
in
a lot.
July, so that takes it back up.
Yeah, that does. That's
Okay.
an oldie but a goodie. That's like Family Feud. That's a job you
Follow
have to
Bert
take.
Convey's footsteps.
Hey,
I'm
now.
excited about this.
Are you a big Scrabble? I love Scrabble.
I love Scrabble. I love
what's
puzzles.
your least favorite tile to have?
I'd say the X.
Why?
The X.
It's the easiest one to place.
Is it? Because you can just put X on anything?
After an A, after an E, before an
Oh,
I.
X.
You're not good at Scrabble,
I'm
are
not
you?
good at Scrabble.
Well, you're hosting fucking Scrabble Showdown show.
I'm not playing it.
How many? How many people
Just hosted it.
How many people do you think memorized whatever tile was worth? What is an X worth in Scrabble?
I think it's worth 10.
It's worth 8. Sorry,
true?
Sorry, it's worth 8.
I have a friend.
What about a C?
Who is an amazing Scrabble player. C's 2.
Really? Should he be here right now?
If we're talking about Scrabble, he'd be the guy to be
What's
here.
his name?
David Kwong.
And you really?
Yeah.
An Asian guy, good at Scrabble.
Yeah, I think he's half Asian, but he's a crossword puzzle. He's a
I'm
crucive
guessing
herbalist.
the Kwong part.
Yeah, the David is the
He's half Jewish.
the
David.
the Jew part.
So what is Scrabble? That's not on the Food Network, is it?
That was on the Hub Network, and it was like a kids and family channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're all about
So
kids and
Hasbro
family.
owned the Hub, and Hasbro owned Scrabble. So it was kind of like their
And
big
was it
Scrabble.
like Speed Scrabble?
It was like a big version. So they would have like a gigantic 30-foot screen, and they would have like kind of Scrabble tiles fill in the blank. So it was kind of Scrabble-ish games as opposed to a Scrabble game verbatim.
What's your favorite game show of all time?
Favorite game show of all time, Price is Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know
I
what
don't know, I
things
just
cost?
love Bob Barker. I kind of know what things cost, but I just
What does
love.
this notebook cost? If I went to the store and bought this
Let's
notebook,
say
what does it
99
cost?
cents. That one looks like a generic brand. Nope. Boom. Oh, Mead. Okay,
Yeah.
149.
It doesn't say. Like, I don't know how they guess, like washer and dryer, and then it's like, and a parasail. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
It's
That's
also
not my wheelhouse.
subjective. Yeah.
But those people know that stuff.
Those people
Price
know.
is Right is totally worth it just to hear the guy in the end go, $1.
I love that guy.
I wish somebody
What
would
a
do it
buzzkill.
second to last, just so I could be next to him and go, $2. My favorite of all time is Match Game because everybody was hammered
Were they?
back in. Oh,
Who hosted
yeah.
Match Game? I don't remember.
They
Match
go, little boy Blue, come blow your horn. He blew it so hard, he was missing his blank. And they played don't, and the stars would write down he was missing his whatever. They would just
What
write
was
it
he
down.
missing?
Well, that's the thing. You would make
What
something
would you
up.
say he was missing?
Well, that was probably the worst example I ever could
Little
have
boy
given.
Blue blew his horn so
it
hard
was,
he was missing
the host
his...
was super hammered. You're gonna have to look this up. It's
I'm gonna have to
great.
look this
and
up.
he would say, "All right, Justin, A or B." And it was at a little step to get to where the contestants were.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of times he just misses that step entirely. Like when you think there's an extra step in your house, and you go A or B.
B.
B, and he just picks up a card. He goes, Jim doesn't like his wife because she's a terrible cook. In fact, last night, the meatloaf was so sour, it smelled like blank. And they literally write down like horse
They just
manure.
make up shit.
And you really don't know this?
No.
Oh, you're so young.
To YouTube this.
14, 15?
32.
And the people guess what the star says. It's either like Nipsey Russell, Brett Summers, or like...
celebs of the day.
Yeah. And that
Yeah.
was like their only job back then.
Yeah.
And they're hammered. So that was really a terrible road for us to go down.
I like it.
Apologize for wasting your time.
We should do a drunken cupcake wars.
What magician do you watch and you don't know how the hell they're doing it and they inspire you? Like when I listen to George Carlin, the way he puts words together in sentences and the way he connects certain things. Chris Rock, the social commentary he puts together under the the skies of comedy is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Patrice O'Neill will talk to the audience the entire hour, never really picks on them. It's like this, he's fishing the whole time. That like, who are magicians?
Well, you mentioned Penn and Teller earlier. They're amazing at for many things. They obviously, a lot of times their methods to their magic is just so diabolical. Their bullet catch still fools me. I don't know if you've seen them do this double bullet catch. So crazy.
You don't know how they do it.
Don't know how they do it. I don't want to know, really. I don't want to know. I've seen it like a dozen times live, and I don't know how they do that.
See, that interests me that a magician doesn't want to know. Like, it's so good that you don't even want to know how they do it.
So good, because it's so rare that a magician, like, we know so much. Our brains are filled with this knowledge, We become a magician because, when I was a kid, I saw Harry Blackstone Jr. do that thing, and I was like, I'm so mesmerized. I want to be magic like that.
Well,
and
what
you think
happened
there's
first?
real
Did you
magic.
break your arms first or see Harry Blackstone Jr.?
Harry Blackstone Jr., but I didn't have the attention span for magic when I was
What kind of
five,
bird
but it
was in the
planted
bird
seed.
cage?
Fake bird, no real bird. If there was a real bird
What
in
a
there, it would have
jerk.
died. I know.
Yeah.
But
you got a real bird these days.
But then later, you kind of you learn all the secrets, and then you kind of get a little disenchanted because you want to become a magician to have these powers, and then you realize there's no powers; it's all tricks. And you just have to be a master at these tricks. So now that I'm several years into magic, been doing magic now 20 years, when I get a chance to see something that really makes me feel that first feeling of wonder, it's a beautiful thing. And you don't want to, obviously I'd like to know, but I'm not going to go seeking out the answer for how these things work.
I don't understand how magicians routinely, with the card tricks that blow my mind, make the card wind up someplace in another room in someone's pocket on the other side of a piece of glass, walking down the street. But you do.
Yeah.
You're looking at me like, that's old hat to me.
No, it's like there's so many different ways to spin a trick. So making a card disappear and reappear somewhere else, it could be anywhere, and there's a lot of different methods to do that.
But how do you get it like in someone's shoe or in their like, hey, I'm sorry, this guy in the fifth row that I've not been
Preparation, planning ahead, You
just put it on the guy at the bar like 4 hours before the gig?
We go to great lengths sometimes for
true?
that payoff, yeah.
Do you have a double?
I don't have a double.
Would your act be better if you had a double?
I don't know. I don't know what I'd do with a double because I'm not kind of like that crazy illusionist guy. But I'm sure I could come up with something with a double. But now we just ruined it by letting people think that I'm going to use a double.
They'll forget.
They'll forget.
They're potheads that listen to this podcast.
Okay, good.
What tricks that you do are you most proud of? Like, is it a part of the show? Because I know, like, and I can only equate it to stand-up because we're both performers.
Yeah.
But there's a part of my show when it's really humming in this particular, 8-minute chunk. I'm like, yes. And it ain't doing Christopher Walken impressions, but that's what they yell for.
Yeah.
So there's that battle where they're always like, do the such and such trick. And you're like, this shit again?
Sure.
And which tricks are new that you were excited about doing all the time?
Yeah, so I've got some fun stuff in the repertoire now. I'm kind of like a magic remixer. So as opposed to coming up with tricks that have never been done before, my strength is taking classics and putting a spin on them. So like the classic idea of just predicting something, like I made a prediction and then you guys say stuff and then it matches. I close my show with a trick where I predict a tweet. So there's this box. It's like hanging from the ceiling the whole show and I refer to it and what's in the box, And then to end the show, I have people in the audience contribute facts for a tweet. So somebody gives me an activity like skydiving, and somebody gives me a place in the world, Rome, and somebody gives me a celebrity, Tom Cruise, whatever it is. And then, a mixed up and kind of like a nice flowy story. I explain how before the show I had this idea for a tweet. I tried to type it out, hit send, but I have AT&T, so got out a piece of paper and I hand wrote this tweet. And inside the box in this plexiglass tube is a tweet that I wrote before the show that matches all these facts. So it's one that people like to talk about, but I like it because I'm able to put it into a modern context like Twitter, make something about people, make a trick about something that people are talking about. I do a trick with Siri in my show that people like where it's kind of...
Wait, you're telling me you made Siri work?
The trick is that Siri doesn't work, but then it does work in the end. So it's kind of...
Because when I ask Siri, like, falafel, west side, she goes, calling, Jeffrey, now, work, mobile.
Jeffrey knows where to get the best falafels on the west side.
It's unbelievable.
Maybe she knows.
So you actually, that's very smart of you. You just bring magic into the 21st century.
That's what I'm trying to do. I feel like, that people have told me that's kind of what they like, is that it's kind of making a classic art form feel new.
Do you think guys that are always trying to go for the next new, never seen before trick, are they wasting their time? Has it all been done? There's only 12 notes a man can play, yet we always hear new music. Is it the same way with magic?
I don't think it's all been done. I think there's lots more to discover. I feel like magic had a golden era, And then now it's kind of, David Blaine kind of brought a new thing into the forefront, this street magic idea.
Chris Angel brought mascara.
He brought mascara to the forefront.
Eyeshadow and mascara.
Yes.
And a lisp. Very important to
Rick
magic.
the Implausible, of course.
Yes!
Brought the money trick into the forefront.
Perfect.
I love it. So there's definitely there's a lot of amazing guys that are just below the radar that the general public doesn't know about, who are really taking magic to new places that I'm
Birds,
excited to
doves,
see.
big cats. Why all predatory animals towards each other are the only ones involved in magic? You have a nice dove. Then you have and rabbits.
And rabbits.
So how did those 4 animals become the go-to? Because you can bend them up and put them places.
Well, rabbits.
And I'm being serious, actually.
Yeah.
Like a rabbit can fit in a tiny spot.
Well, doves can fit in a tiny spot and are docile enough to stay in a confined quarters until they're called for.
But how many animals did they go through back in the day
until they found the ones that
they're like, now I'll take this rat, and you just hear people getting bit.
Yeah.
By rats. Like, did they? I mean, there's no way they knew.
The reason a dove is so great is that it's so small, but then when it appears, it flutters its wings, it looks much bigger than it was. So it's like, how the hell did that dove come out of that?
Well, so's that lizard
place?
that runs on its hind legs that makes its neck really huge.
Yeah, the lizard doesn't travel well. Maybe
magic? Doesn't travel well.
Chris Angel, I think, has done some lizard tricks. Yeah,
He looks like a lizard.
He does look like a lizard.
Yeah. You put him on a rock, he won't move.
He won't move. It'll blend into his surroundings.
What is the next animal that we can count on to be brought into magic shows?
Maybe
We've seen the big cats, but maybe now we're done because they tried to eat Roy Horn's face.
I know.
Maybe now big cats not really in vogue. You never just see like a nice shepherd, a nice
shepherd,
a nice lap dog. Like, here's my teacup Yorkie, and where'd she go?
Yeah,
Miss, check your purse. And a little teacup.
Dogs
Yorkie
are a little too smart.
up.
I think they're probably a little too smart to go along with our BS.
Oh, so you need an animal that's like a lemming.
Slightly dumb, yeah.
Really?
But the tigers, they're very smart. So they're too smart, I would say.
They're not that smart. If it took them 80 years to figure out I can eat the guy bossing me around. They've been whipped with chairs and whips their whole life. See, you with the dominatrix, you were less intelligent than the tiger. The tiger, you should have just bitten the lady's neck.
I should have bitten her. I could have done that.
Did you give your mom a hard time growing up? Did you do things that might be funny now, but at the time it just made your mom worry about you, like picking out your earwax and feeding it to the dog? Well, now you can make it up to her by sending her Pro Flowers this Mother's Day. Pro Flowers has 1 dozen rainbow roses for just $19.99, or double the roses and get chocolates plus a premium pink vase for just $29.98. That's 50% off, my friends. That is a bargain. You just need my code MOHR, more, when you order to get these special prices. Colorful bouquet of roses that will make your mom smile. This offer is just for the More Stories listeners, a listener favorite. Do more than send a card. Mom will love it. Pro Flowers are guaranteed to last a full week or your money back. You choose the date you'd like them delivered. Freshly picked bouquets, perfect for Mother's Day. Pro Flowers was recently awarded highest customer satisfaction with online flower retailers by J.D. Power and Associates. Visit jdpower.com for more info. Here's the only way to get this amazing Mother's Day deal. Go to proflowers.com, click on the microphone in the top right corner and type in more, MOHR. That's proflowers.com. Click on the microphone and type in more. Order now. Pricing expires soon. Can you read my mind? Can you do the mind reading thing on the podcast? Will it translate?
Yeah, well, we can do a simple mind reading thing. Here, I always carry a die with me. It's like my lucky die.
Die is singular for dice.
Die.
We all know that
Singular
from Dungeons
die.
and Dragons, which is a 12-sided die, if my memory serves.
This is true.
Because I was a 4th level cleric.
For real?
Yes.
This is a
Minus 2
6-sided.
armor.
So think of a number, Jay. Don't
Wait,
say
hold
it.
on. Let's not film this. Or you want to film this and put it on the thing?
We'll do it. We're filming this so people don't think that I'm lying.
Well, maybe I should put on the overhead lights. Justin_Willman. Send him pictures of penises and cupcakes.
Please do. Keep talking. Please do. Jay, it was so funny that we come full circle because when I first moved out to L.A., I was doing the Emerson L.A. program 11 years ago, and I was hanging out with Rob Raymond on the set of More Sports.
Really?
Yeah.
Rob Raymond.
Because my
monologue writer.
Great. He's such a great joke writer. So my buddy Dan Levy used to go to comedy camp, and Rob Raymond was his counselor. So Rob was like the first guy in Hollywood who we would meet and hang out with. And through Rob, we met Barry, and I think I probably met you at some point in the hallway there, but I was just kind of like in the shadows. And
You must have been very young, like in your early 20s.
Yeah, I was like 21, 22.
Look at you now.
Yeah.
A star.
So
Rachel Ray, Cupcake Wars, Scrabble Battles.
Scrabble Battles.
And now the new show, Win, Lose, or Draw.
Win, Lose, or Draw.
That's great. I'm glad you're doing Win, Lose, or Draw. It's about time that came back. And
I'm
there's going to be a
excited.
celebrity on each side.
Yeah, it's on the Disney Channel. So they're going to have like Disney celebrities and then Disney
Like
just
Tempest
real
Bledsoe.
people. Yeah,
It's your turn with the
Your
marker.
turn with the marker.
Are you done with Cupcake Wars?
No, we shoot season.
Can we get
9
them at?
in June?
I think the Borgata
I
Theater.
think we can do this, Jay.
That'd be nice.
This would be great.
Maybe I should pick a theater that I wouldn't normally sell out and just give it that little like. I already
nudge.
said Borgata. Let's not confuse.
It'll
people.
all air after the fact anyway.
Get
So
this stuff out of your way. These
Yeah.
are old notes from other people that were on the
here,
podcast.
if we're gonna shoot this, I should do like something hardcore here. For you.
Wow.
Let's do this.
Jay Mohr Sport. More Stories. Wow, I've been saying Jay Mohr Sports all day. More Stories. You can go to youtube.com/More Stories Balls. That's one word, and you'll see this trick right now.
More Stories Balls. I brought some magazines.
All right. By the way, plastic bag. I've learned this. Oddly, the loudest thing in your house that you don't even ever think about.
Really?
If you're taking a nap and just somebody takes something out of a plastic bag.
Oh yeah, it's got like a high
it's
frequency.
Unbelievable. I'd rather my kid be screaming down the hall. Him I can ignore.
I'm sure it sounds great for the. Yeah, sorry, listeners.
Sounds like rain. It's a Foley artist.
We've got. I got the Time, Economist, Money, New York magazine.
Yes,
Which one
you
do you
do.
want to use? You can pick one.
Economist.
Economist. So take the Economist.
But I have a feeling you knew I was going to pick the Economist
Maybe
because
I
of
did.
the simple red rectangle.
Well, it really doesn't matter the magazine because we're going to do something with words. So
Okay.
real quick. So in a second, I'm going to have you think of a word.
All right.
And I'm going to try to figure out what it is. Now, the shorter the word, the easier it is because there's fewer letters. And the longer the word, the tougher it is. So I want this to be impressive for the listeners. So I'm going to have you think of a long word in
That
a
I
moment.
think is in the Economist.
So just open the magazine and flip through it. Make sure every page is different for starters. And tell me when you find like an article page that you like.
a page?
Yeah, just tell me when you find a page that like with a lot of words to choose from.
Well, they're all pages, Justin.
So find an article. Find an article.
I might need two hands for this.
There we go. And then scan the article until you find one word that's like a good long word, a stumper.
All right.
Okay?
I don't tell you the article, right?
Yeah, don't tell me the article.
And you're not reading it in the reflection
Not
of
reading
the
it.
window over my shoulder?
So just find the word and stare at it like a good one that's 6, 7 letters or more. And just like lock your eyes on it.
I am doing that right now.
You got one?
I'm staring a hole in this word.
Okay. So, and is there a word before this word or is it the beginning of the sentence?
There is a word before this word.
Is the word before it short or long?
Short?
It's short. Can you memorize both those words?
Yeah.
Okay, you can shut the magazine. So Jay's got 2 words. He's got a short word in his mind and a long word. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll try to baby step it here.
This is fantastic.
I'm going to try to baby step it here. And you don't, like, we didn't talk about this, so this will be impressive if this works.
We literally met today. Well, what if we talk? Oh, yeah, that'd be weird if we talked about it
We
beforehand.
did. Okay, I wrote down a short word. What is the short word that you're merely thinking of, Jay? The short one.
What if I tell you, then you'll know?
You can tell me.
2.
2. And yes or no, did we discuss this?
No.
No. See, that was like the bad joke warm-up. 2
all right.
was the word?
Yes.
Now think about this. If I had 2 written, you would have been like, man, it's no big deal. Because
No,
it's
I
such
would have been
short...
a little freaked out.
You would? Okay, let's go for the long word, though. For real. This is
Okay.
This
now,
is why we're
I
here.
thought of 2 words.
So you have a long word in your mind.
Yes.
Okay, can you visualize it as if it's like a painting or a feeling?
I'm looking at the font right now, buddy.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, here we go.
It doesn't sound like you're writing my word. It sounds like an entirely different word.
This word kind of is not like it's kind of an uneasy feeling word, right? It's a little bit uneasy. It's kind of
heck
like when
outta
I
here.
said pictures of feeling, it was kind of like not a happy feeling.
How do you know he knows it?
Jay, what's the word that you're thinking of?
Uncomfortably.
Isn't that some weird
crazy
stuff?
Now how? And this is stupid. I mean, stupid fresh. I mean, wow. How did that happen?
I was worried there for a second, but
No, you were
it
not.
was good.
Never were you worried. Can we do it again?
It's like the law of diminishing returns. The more words, the less impressive it gets.
Why'd you bring the die?
Oh, the die.
First
yeah.
of all, that's what the heck just happened?
It's weird, right?
I could have picked any magazine.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on? You're a very deceptive life. Is it hard in your everyday life? The people that are closest to you, they realize your life is deception.
I know. I think about that all the time, and it's hard with ex-girlfriends. My life used to be a little more deceptive in real life than it is now, but now I try to keep it on the stage. But it is because I'm just a liar. Like I'm really, as a magician, you're kind of like just a fast talking.
It's almost
liar.
like an actor. You're a truth teller.
Yeah.
If you do it well, you have to lie all the way and break on through to the other side, as
Right.
Jim said. and be just, I'm looking at you, and in the scene, I'm just completely telling the truth.
Happens,
That's
yeah.
why you cry in the middle. It's not normal to cry at work,
Right.
but if you're an actor, you've convinced yourself what you're saying is the truth, so you start crying as you're doing the scene
Right.
with Justin, that he picked my word uncomfortably. That was really fucking weird, man. I was trying not to swear as much this podcast. Wow. If they don't go to More Stories Balls after that, I'm tired of pushing
do it.
that dead horse.
Yeah.
I'm going to your channel.
Do it.
That's where I'm going. I'm going to magicmeltdown.com on the Nerdist Network. You know what? I'm selling my own company, and I'm joining Nerdist. What do you think of that? More stories on Nerdist. What a conglomerate that would be.
That would be
Incroyable.
be a monopoly. A monopoly of
So why
wits.
were you more deceptive earlier in your life? Just because booze?
Well, not really booze, but just like, hiding the partying from girlfriends and stuff. Like
And hiding other girlfriends from girlfriends?
Well, it wasn't as much that, but it was like, kind of when you first move to LA, you kind of can fall into traps of excessive partying and
Do you have a girlfriend
drug
now?
use. I do not have a girlfriend right now.
David Copperfield came to one of my shows in Manhattan at the Gotham Comedy Club, and when he was with Claudia Schiffer.
Yeah.
And they just bought tickets, came to a show, and you want to say, like, he's just a normal guy like you and me, but he always looks at you like no matter how tall he is compared to you, he always makes his body so he's kind of looking up at you spooky.
Really?
It's very strange.
Did he chat after the show? Was he a fan?
Yeah, they hung out like in the green room where it was like uncomfortably long.
Yeah,
'cause
uncomfortably.
And it's What? Come on.
Wow.
This is weird now.
That is weird.
Now I'm getting uncomfortable.
Planted the word in your head.
So your life is deception. Do people that are close to you, do they ever call you on it? Does it ever come up? Do you go to therapy?
I do go to therapy, not often as often.
Do you
as
ever
I
do
probably
tricks
should.
at your therapist to get out of paying that much for therapy?
No, I haven't.
I am now signing the check.
Yeah. I try. I'm a very honest person, but I think it's impossible when your job is to really kind of be a natural deceiver for it to completely stop when you walk off stage. It's like you trying to not be funny in real life. It's like you're going to be funny. So,
like, how do you deceive people? Like, you're not doing sleight of hand to your parents or to your
No.
girlfriends.
I'm just mean like in like when I went through a relationship where I was kind of hiding a drug habit. So that was kind of like a little secret double
Vikings
life that I
were
was
in town.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we doing with this die here, my friend?
Okay.
At Justin_Willman.
From the drug
2
habit
L's.
to the die.
Yeah.
To the die.
If you keep using drugs, you die.
You do, yeah. Oh, that's no good. It's no good.
What else
stuff.
can we promote for you before?
Well, here's what's fun is that I do a talk show, a live talk show at Meltdown Comics, and it's called Sleight of Mouth. And my EP is Mr. Morty, Robert Morton.
More Stories veteran, Bob Morton.
I listened to
19
Morty.
Emmy nominations. Where
Amazing.
is Meltdown Comics?
It's on Sunset, and it's in West Hollywood near Guitar Center. There's it's Nerdist. Again, Nerdist has like a little theater in the back. And the next one's May 7th. We do it the first Tuesday of every month. I would love for you to be a guest at some point if you were down.
I didn't really leave my house. I don't want to get your. I really ever. And I don't go to Laker games, baseball games. Once you hit that beach, buddy, it's over.
We lure you somehow. Eventually.
Somehow,
but it's
cash is usually the way.
Yeah,
that's how the improv does it.
We had Saget. Bob Saget was on last month.
Well, because he's available.
And then
Yeah.
Weird Al and Keckner, and it's super fun. But it's like a
Weird Al's a big get, but he's him and Chris seem to be almost
they're Nerdist buddies.
Yeah, like soulmates.
Yeah,
that was a good podcast.
That was a good podcast. Yeah. So anyway, this is the new venture I'm really excited about because I feel like since I was a kid, I really wanted to. Johnny Carson was my idol, and then of course the magic thing became my career path. But a way to have the magic and the hosting combined is kind of this little formula that Morty and I have come up with. So hopefully we make
Bob
it
Morton's
happen.
like an absolute A+ guy to get. Like that's your stamp of approval. That's all.
Yeah.
You just get in the door. Bob Morton is all you need to say.
Everybody loves Morty.
And so with the die, what are we going to do?
With the die,
here?
I
So
know.
we're going to promote Meltdown Comics every first Tuesday.
First Tuesday of the month. Yeah.
First Tuesday of the month.
You can always buy tickets on my website, which is justinwillman.com.
JustinWillman.com.
But May 7th is the next Sleight of Mouth.
You got to plan for your future. You do financial planning, you get insurance, but to get real peace of mind, You got to make sure your family is legally protected. So where do you turn for affordable legal protection you can trust? LegalZoom.com. For over 12 years, they've been helping Americans get personalized wills, powers of attorney, living trust, real estate documents, and more. LegalZoom also helps start and maintain businesses with incorporation and LLC filings, trademarks, and copyrights. Their time-saving service was developed by a team of experienced attorneys, and LegalZoom takes care of you from start to finish. LegalZoom documents have been accepted by courts and government agencies in all 50 states. LegalZoom is not a law firm, but they can connect you to an attorney and provide self-help services at your specific direction. For even more savings, enter MOHR, more in the referral box at checkout if you're a parent or entrepreneur. Don't wait any longer. Call or visit LegalZoom.com and protect what's yours. LegalZoom.com. Enter more, MOHR, in the referral box. Why is it called Sleight of Mouth? Who doesn't look like you at all.
Not at all, I know.
He's almost like a quarter black, enormous, giant man.
Is he? I've never
You're like
Googled
a regular-sized,
I'm
handsome,
a regular-sized
actor-looking
black man.
Have you ever met that pro wrestler?
I've never met that man.
Who is your favorite pro wrestler?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Snap into his seatbelt.
Exactly.
The Macho Man died in a car accident.
It's kind of sad.
Was Lady Elizabeth next to him when he died?
Lady Elizabeth?
The lovely Miss Elizabeth?
Oh, was she?
And I'm asking you.
I don't know. That makes it even
your favorite.
I know. That was like, after age 14, I stopped keeping up with it.
Oh, really?
And I don't even go by Just Incredible anymore, but it's like Google. With Google, I can't escape it.
I know. It's just handy when you're looking a dude up.
Yeah.
But when you type in Justin, Timberlake's the first Justin.
Yeah.
And then
Bieber's not the first one?
Oh, yeah. Bieber's first and Timberlake. You're way down.
I'm way down.
But if you type in Jay, in all fairness, I'm way down as well.
Well, one day, it's our goal to work our way up the Google chain.
I want to leapfrog the pro wrestler.
He still beats me, huh? This pro wrestler guy?
Yeah, well, I just typed in Just Incredible.
Yeah.
And
I used to spell with a K.
Yeah, his was with a C.
Yeah, with a C.
So I was actually my error.
It's okay. Common mistake.
You have a very good YouTube channel on the Nerdist Network, and I enjoyed watching it. I watched you do magic at a dominatrix, and it turned out she just wound up stepping on your nuts a lot.
I know.
Literally.
So,
high heels.
literally. She killed a rabbit, and I was hiding my pants that
Is
day.
there pleasure in the pain when you're at a dominatrix? When she's spanking your balls with a wand, is there a part of it where you're like, this is enjoyable?
I don't get it. I didn't get it.
I don't either.
I didn't like it. It was very uncomfortable. And I didn't know she was going to go like full on. Like I thought she was just going to kind of play along, watch some tricks. Thought it'd be funny doing a trick, for the tricks. But no, she was.
She slapped you in the face like how you would slap somebody in a bar fight.
Yeah.
Like 16 times. And you were like, hey, how about you let me do a trick? And
How about
she's
you
like,
pick a card?
I asked the questions, you little troll, whatever she called you, worm or something.
Little bitch troll.
Did you have a safe word? Nerdist.
Nerdist, yeah. It didn't work out.
But did you talk with her beforehand about having a safe word?
No. That's probably a good ground rule to lay out when you.
Because I look at it and I'm like, I would do channel.
YouTube channel's magicmeltdown.com.
Magic Meltdown.
And I have other fun things I can throw at you to plug organically as we proceed.
Magicmeltdown.com. I was very impressed. I've seen you on the Rachel Ray show. Everything's orange in that studio. Have you ever noticed?
Everything's orange.
It's the most orange place in the world. Unless you're jaundiced in a neonatal intensive care unit. Like fucking carrots are jealous.
That's her color, man. Gives her a glow.
All right, so go to magicmeltdown.com. We got that out of the way, but it's worth it. It's fun, and I enjoyed it. But let me ask you this, because you talked about the dominatrix. You didn't sign up for it. Guys do sign up for it because that's their kink. That's their fetish. And you said it wasn't fun, and I watched her, like, with a whip or, like, a cane or whatever, actually, like, tag you in the nuts, like, a dozen times. Safe to
For
say,
real,
right?
too, by the way.
Is there any moment of that, looking back, that you think, in this span, I probably could have came?
Dude, couldn't have been farther from coming.
But guys,
I was far from it.
That's what I don't
for
understand.
weeks.
Like, I don't know why it's a sexual thing for guys, and it's like a big release. Like Fortune 500 CEO guys want to go and get dominated, but there's no, you don't ejaculate.
Maybe guys like that whose lives are in positions of power, need a release where they can be submissive. Maybe that's the thing.
Go to open mic night, do some stand-up comedy, and people will tell you suck to your face. But I don't. It's a lot. Like the way she tied you. Like you said,
Did you get close to coming watching what she does for a living?
Your sweet face is all I needed.
Well, thank you. See?
No, I don't get it at all. I don't understand. I'm very goal-oriented. My wife is very goal-oriented. We are like two jigsaw puzzles that fit perfectly together. So I don't understand anybody whose kink doesn't involve a map of Hawaii being left someplace. How do you say it, honey? I'm trying to speak nicely because we're in the corporate offices of Fox Sports Radio.
Do we have
right
to
now.
keep it more PC?
Let me close the door and I can say
okay.
jizz all over somebody's private parts.
I like it,
The
yeah.
whole point is to put a load on the pink parts, and that doesn't happen in the dominatrix.
No.
I think, in fact,
Everything's
watch your head
latex
bud.
in there, yeah.
I think, in fact, you would get in trouble if you ejaculated at a dominatrix. Is that the energy you got?
I think that is not allowed.
Fine, it's very high tech here, as you can tell. We have
like
16 people trying to figure
Everyone
out the
is
Wi-Fi
scurrying.
service. At what age do you decide I want to do magic and get paid lots of money and go on television doing magic? Who did you see that made you say I want to do that?
I remember pretty vividly when I was like 5, I saw David Copperfield at the Fox Theater in St. Louis. And Harry Blackstone Jr. Remember Harry Blackstone?
Yes.
He had a very deep, elegant voice. But he used to do like a trick where he'd get all the kids in the audience on stage to put their hands on a little bird cage and then it would disappear. And I remember thinking like that I want to do that.
Were you one of those kids?
I was one of those kids. And I was a prick kid. I would like loop my finger inside the bars of the cage trying to figure out a way to make it not work, and it always worked.
So the bird cage disappeared?
Disappeared.
Did he put a there was always there's always a blanket put over it in a trick.
This was blanketless.
So a blanketless bird cage, which is
makes
illegal
it
in like
more
4 states.
It is.
And how does it go away in front of you? Were you allowed
Well,
to
later
look?
I learned how it worked, and it's.
But you can't tell us.
You just don't want to know. You'd lose respect for me, and then you lose respect for Harry Blackstone Jr. for having such a cheap method.
One of my favorite sayings ever. It's in the book. David Mamet wrote an acting book called True and False, and one of the quotes is, I don't know who said it, but a magician is an actor impersonating a magician.
Yes. Robert Houdin said, a magician is an actor playing the role of a magician.
Is that, Houdin?
Yeah, Houdin.
Houdin.
Old school.
Justin Frostberg getting a mention on Mohr Stories. Just
Oh, wow.
'cause he walks
It's
in with
not
the
tap
cool
water.
beverages. What's up? Angie, would you like a bevy?
Thanks, man.
Let's get this out of the way. If you guys want to buy anything that Justin Willman has to offer, just incredible. Go to jmohr.com, click the Amazon banner, and buy things. I can't get online here, and I don't want to waste your time, so you just take my word for it. It's a good place to get savings. You can buy things. Go to jmohr.com. If you have an Amazon bookmark on your toolbar, just remove that and replace it with jmohr.com, and also you can get the Mohr Stories app. Look at that, 2 commercials. Bang.
Bang.
Right there. When you type in Just Incredible,
a
pro wrestler comes, I have a panic attack, and I would wind up like kicking this lady in the throat, like freaking out. But you were actually hogtied. What is the YouTube address for this?
This is, you just go to magicmeltdown.com, and it's got the whole playlist. So this
Okay.
episode was called the Lust episode.
I like how there's one of you with a dominatrix standing on your balls, and
right
under
at the-
school children.
It's the kids
right, just
episode.
side by side. You have high heels on your ball bag, and then there's a little kid going like, "Oh,
my
what a
God.
neat trick!" right underneath it.
It's all about having a broad demographic.
But you actually got out. You were hogtied, like home invasion style, hogtied.
It was
feet,
not a
arms.
flattering position. It was so demeaning and horrible. I can't believe people pay money for that. We had to
got
pay
out
her.
of it. You're also an escape
I did
guy.
escape. I did escape from that.
Like
and she was
handcuffs.
impressed.
Really?
Yeah, she like really looped the rope around every single finger and then around the wrist. It was some serious stuff.
And why do you go with the flow on that? You obviously don't have like anxiety issues. Justin, leave the door open then. Justin Frostberg, associate producer of Jay Mohr Sports. Good kid.
Not credible.
Just incredible.
Just incredible
Frostberg.
out the door.
Don't you freak out when somebody?
I was kind of that was freaking out. That was like kind of claustrophobic, I guess, if that's the right word.
Yeah, that's the right word.
It was horrible. It was horrible. And I'm just trying to keep a happy face because I'm like, I don't know where this segment's going. I don't want to like legit crack. If maybe she was pushing me to cracking, but
This is going to sound like a joke question, but it's not. When you're in a dominatrix and you didn't sign up to be dominated. You were going to do tricks. Maybe a little light paddling for
yeah.
shits and
The
giggles.
trick was I've got this trick where someone picks a card and they get the card. I get the trick wrong and they punch me or get to spank me, and then the bruise that's left from that punch is in the shape of their card. So I was like, what better way to do this trick than for a dominatrix, because that's her job, is to kick the shit out of you. So I went in there to have her pick a card, and then it went south.
It was the Queen of
But
Hearts.
finally,
I
at the
still
very
remember.
end, I pulled down my pants, and on my ass cheek was the Queen of Hearts bruised. But by that
Was she
point,
impressed by then?
no, she didn't care at all. She didn't care.
It is a weird, like, guys pay. Justin Willman joining us. You can catch him on, what's the name of the YouTube? Hey, guys, come see me do live stand-up comedy. Denver, where are you? Thursday, May 9th, Friday, May 10th, Saturday, May 11th. I'm at Comedy Works in Denver. San Francisco, Love Cobb's Comedy Club. I'm going to be at Cobb's Comedy Club in San Francisco May 16th, May 17th, May 18th, May 19th. Come on, San Fran. Show me some love. Make reservations. That way I know you're coming. Every Tuesday at the Hollywood Improv as well. Your mom always spoiled you. Now it's time to spoil mom with berries and flowers. You can spoil her twice. This is a one-day only offer. Send mom a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and on the very next day, have freshly dipped strawberries delivered from Sherry's Berries for only $39.99. She gets the flowers. She thinks she's done. No, you're not done. Berries. Boom! I get you berries, too. Berries dipped in white milk, dark chocolatey goodness, topped with chocolate chips, decorative swizzle, or nuts. Flowers are beautiful and classic. You just need my code MOHR, M-O-H-R, when you order. Here's the only way to get this amazing Mother's Day deal. Visit berries.com, B-E-R-R-I-E-S, berries.com. Click on the microphone in the top right corner and type in M-O-H-R. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone and type in MOHR. This offer is good for today only. Order now.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Justin Willman
What's up, Jay Mohr?
in the house. Fake Mustache Studios mobile as we're waiting to get online.